what they say. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. How we doing today? Welcome in. I've got a new camera angle. Hopefully it's keeping y'all from seeing the big old bald spot up there. Welcome in, everybody. Thank y'all for coming in. Can y'all hear me okay? I hope you can. I do appreciate y'all coming in. Yes, thank you, Jesse. Appreciate that. I am streaming on YouTube as well, so I will be monitoring their comments as well, friends. I do appreciate y'all coming in. Again, this is what we call what not to do on Whatnot. Welcome in, Miss Duncan. How we doing, friends? Let me double check to make sure I'm streaming. Steve is in the house. How we doing? Thank you all for coming in. Turn this volume down on that. Hey, guys. First off, I want to say, take a look at the show notes, and the show notes will tell you, first off, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Hey, Mike, how are you? Disclaimer. Here's a disclaimer. I am not a Whatnot employee. This chat show is based on my experiences and those of others, and by referring to the terms of services on the Whatnot platform. Feel free to ask questions and share observations from your experiences in on Whatnot shows, right? I ask one thing, guys. Do not call out any seller, any buyer on any platform, okay? That's just common sense, right? Because there's no need to do that, right? We're not here calling out Albert. Kidding around is one thing, right? But really, we seriously don't want to make this a he said, she said kind of thing. We're here to help each other, right? We're definitely here to help each other, and we want everybody to grow. We want you to grow. We want me to grow. We want Jeannie, two crazy sisters who just walked in to grow. We want everybody to grow. So I've got I've got a lot of stuff prepared I can go through. I can start talking about different stuff. I always want to touch on the first thing. You kind of want to stay a 14-year-old boy at heart. You know what? I think we all do. At the end of the day, I think everybody wants to be a 14-year-old boy. I don't know. I'm just saying, right? But I do have to say one thing. And I had this on one of my YouTube videos. Be mindful. Right? You always be 19, right, Grandma? Be mindful. Be grateful. Be positive. Be true. Be kind. And be yourself. If everybody can take that and apply that to, hey, Sue, how are you? And apply that to yourself. No matter what, whether you're in a show or you're in real life. Like a show is not real life, but you know what I'm saying. If you're in a show or you're in real life, be mindful, be grateful, be positive. That's a tough one for some people. Be positive, be true. There's nothing wrong with being true. Be kind and be yourself. But the main thing is, if you want to be true, you got to be kind when you do it, right? So let's talk about, I mentioned don't call out another seller, right? I mentioned, hey, South Carolina Thrift, welcome in. I said, don't ever call out a seller when you're in a show or when you're in their show. It's just not the place to do it. It's their show, right? What do you do, though? What do you do? I'm trying to get this new camera angle figured out. Hey, Bambi, welcome in, friend. What do you do if you're in a show of, let's just say, a seller that you know a little bit of, right? You know a little bit of, hey, hon, you know a little bit of. You're not really close friends. You don't message on other platforms and all that, but you know them a little bit, kind of thing. And you see them doing something against, say, Kelly's Lighthouse, against the terms of services. Kylie just walked in, Jesse. And you see them doing something that's not legal or not right or what Whatnot does not approve of. How do you handle something like that, friends? How do you handle something if you see a seller doing something on Whatnot that is against the terms of services that could potentially get them banned or could get them knocked off a show or suspended. How do you take care of that? Any comment on that? Private message to the seller. That's a good idea. That's a good thrifted armament. Private message to the seller is a good thing. Now, be aware. Yes, trust and safety. Yes, you reach out. Now, let me ask this question, okay? All right. Trust and safety is something you need to reach out to. I agree 100%. However, if y'all see me doing something in one of my shows that's against the terms of services, right? I agree with that. And y'all see me doing something in my shows that you think, hey, I don't think that's right. I don't think Gumby should be doing that. I don't think Whatnot would like that. I would suggest, like Armadillo said, private message to seller first. Private message to seller first. Be helpful, right? Be helpful. And if they blow you off or that kind of stuff, then maybe then you reach out to trust and safety. I'm a big supporter of talk to somebody first, right? I'm a huge supporter of talking to somebody. Yes, maybe they don't realize what they did exactly. And I got a situation where that actually happened to me. Friends. I went into somebody's show and they were doing a raffle kind of thing. So if you won an auction, they're putting your name in a hat, right? Years ago, when we first started on Whatnot years ago, we could do that. We could pull a name out of a hat and they won an extra special gift, right? But now you can't do that. You can't do that. It's against the terms of services on Whatnot. So I saw them doing that. This was, within the last few months. And like, oh my gosh. And this is a person I know didn't know. They didn't have a clue. They were celebrating. And hey, Mr. Cotton Farmer. And they were celebrating and trying to get to their 1,000 sales or something like that, right? And they were putting, every one auction, they put their name in a hat and they would draw a name out of a hat. Well, I messaged her and waited. But she's in the show. I'm telling you, if I'm in a show and you message me, chances are I'm not going to interrupt my show. Matter of fact, somebody messaged me just a minute ago in my show. I'm not going to stop my show and go in there and do that. Right? I'm not, hey guys on YouTube. Sorry about that. Yes, I am streaming on YouTube. Hello on YouTube. So I'm not going to stop my show and go to the message and see what they had to say. However, what I did, because they weren't checking their messages, and I understand that completely, right? I understand that completely. They weren't checking their messages. So what I did was put a comment in as well and said, hey, and I tagged them. Make sure you tag them so it kind of pops out at them, right? And I tagged them and I said, please check your message. Urgent. Okay? And that person knew me well enough to know that I wouldn't just say, oh, check your message. This is urgent, right? I wouldn't do that. So at that point in time, I knew what was going on watching because she was, hang on a second, let me check something real quick. I knew what she was going. She was going to check the messages. And she checked the messages, and lo and behold, she saw my message, and she didn't realize that. And then at that point in time, they modded me, and I was able to communicate with her in the hidden chat and let her know, and they worked out something else. And that's one of the things, guys, that Whatnot will do a quick 30-day suspension on you right then and there. They have almost a zero tolerance on that, guys. So make sure, if you're not aware of that, you cannot have any, you can't do an auction where you win an auction, you go and it puts you into a game of chance to win something else. Okay? Now, there are differences. And guys, if you have any questions, shout it out. I'm here. If you want to talk about different subjects, I'm here. I got all night. We can talk about anything you want to. Yes, so we can talk about anything you want to. So, and that's big. That's big. Now, you can have mystery auctions. You can have mystery boxes. You can do that kind of stuff. But now you can also have bonus items associated with a mystery box, but that's not a game of chance, because if you're bidding on one or two items, right? and you pick the blue one, and the blue one might have something attached to it, that's fine. So that is legit. You can do that, my friend. So just make sure that you are abiding by all terms of services. Look up and always go to, if you have any questions on that, Whatnot has an amazing website that has, for buyers and sellers alike, has all kinds of questions and answers, frequently asked questions. You name it, they cover most of the topics. If you're looking for an answer, you can find it. So, now, do we have a lot of, yes, often. Because it changes, guys. Now, do we have a lot of, who's mainly in here? We got buyers in here, or do we have sellers, or do we have both? Do me a favor. Ebbs Vintage Things. I've been in a few shows where sellers banned people for promoting their shows because it's against the rules. But when I started, Whatnot told me, told me something. I can't. It didn't go forward. Here's the deal. On that to promote in other shows. Yeah, the rule is on that. You can get banned for spamming. It's considered spamming. If you go into somebody's show and just start blurting out, "Hey, I've got a show this time." Remember, guys, this is their show. Matter of fact, I got it right here. Let's talk about it. Promotion of shows is one of my first topics. Hey, Route 66 girl, how are you? Promotion of shows. When is it acceptable? All right. When is it acceptable? If a seller has in their notes, yes, that's one thing. If a seller has in their notes stating when you can promote, or verbally states that you can promote during those times. So if a seller has in their notes, that's one thing I always do. Always check the notes. And always check the notes. If a seller comes in there and says, in the note says, you can promote at any time, what I would do, first off, I screenshot that note. Just so you have protection on yourself, especially if it's somebody you don't know. If you come to my show all the time and you know me all the time, and I say in my notes, you could promote anytime, that means you can promote anytime, and you know me, right? Screenshot that note, then put it in there. Do not assume, hey Shelby, do not assume that the seller is good with you promoting your show in their streams. Never assume that, friends, because a lot of sellers, now me, I'm all about promoting, building the community, okay? If you come into one of my shows, say, hey Gumby, how are ya? Say hello, like Shelby did. I say hello first, right? Say, hey Gumby, how are ya? And then, it's a common courtesy, even though everybody knows you can promote your shows in my show, right? It's a common courtesy. Say, hey Gumby, can I mention my show? Right? Can I mention my show? But that's you knowing me, right? That's if you know me. If you go into somebody else's show you've never been in before, right? Listen to this. This is very, very important. If you go into somebody's show that you've never been in before, you just pop in and out kind of thing. Maybe it's a big seller because you're going into a big seller because you want to promote your show and get everybody to see you, right? Right? Not a bad idea. However, if they didn't say that you can promote their shows, pow, there you go. And even if you go into their show and ask if you can promote their show, think about it. If you go into a big show and say, hey, can I promote my show? What have you just did? You've just promoted your show. You've taken the highlight off of the seller. Now, what's she say here? I was in a show once where one lady promoted her show once, and the seller said it wasn't allowed. When the promoter asked what the rule was, the rule is you cannot promote in anybody's shows unless you ask. That is correct. Seller and lots of people were being awful. I never promoted because I felt weird, but I was so heartbroken for the girl. Yep, I get it. No worries. I understand. Where you're coming from, Ebbs Vintage Things. it's a touchy subject with a lot of people. So, if that's the case, here's the best way. Do you know the best way to promote yourself? Go into a show and start gifting the chat. Gift the chat, okay? What that does, two things. She just encourages viewers to be mean. Yeah, and that's, okay. You know what you do in that kind of situation? You leave. You leave. It's simple as that. If you're in a stream where you are feeling uncomfortable or you're feeling potentially bullied or offended, you leave and don't go back. It's simple as that, okay? It is simple as that. It's possible. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, you went to watch the other. I understand that. I do. However, everybody has a right to run their shows the way they want to run their shows. But it's okay. It's fine. So if you're a seller, again, back to what I said, be mindful, be grateful, be positive, be true, and be kind, okay? So if you're a big seller and you're having a big show, you know what? These big sellers worked their tail off to get there. They worked their tail off to get there. So I understand where they're coming from. I'm not the type of person that is going to say, all right, I'm here, right? And I want to keep you down here. I want to bring you with me. I'm not the biggest seller on the platform by any stretch of the imagination. I do this. Hey, Harry Sachs, how are you doing, my friend? I do this part-time. I do this because I love picking and selling stuff. YouTube's making some funny comments. Appreciate y'all on YouTube. But that's why I do it, folks. I do it because this is my hobby. I love picking. I like finding cool stuff. Hey, Rona, and bringing stuff to you guys and be able to present it at a good value. I love doing that. Vintage Scavenger in the house. How are we doing, friends? So when it comes to promoting, you just got to be careful. I would say never. I'll tell you one thing to never do. One thing to never do is go into a show, even mine, all right? My show, I say you can promote anytime you want to. Now, you got to use a little bit of courtesy, right? If I'm rolling, if I'm selling, I'm going to show that I'm selling, I'm rocking. Sometimes I do, sometimes I'm doing rapid fire selling, right? I'm doing rapid fire selling, I'm watching the chat, I'm running back and forth, that kind of stuff. Use common courtesy, hey, Holly, to know that's not the time to promote your show, right? Use common courtesy. It's simple. If I'm rocking and rolling, I got my vibe going on, I'm selling, I'm having a good time, everybody's buying and whatnot, that's not the time to promote your show. Then, when I hit a lull, and I take a breather and I go, woo, man, that was fun, wasn't it? We had a good time doing that. I grabbed me a drink. Guess what that means? I've come to a lull. Go ahead and promote your shows. Hey, Sing Cakes, how you doing, friend? I think what it comes down to is common sense. And I hate to say that because a lot of folks don't understand the common folks thing. The common, let's put this, a lot of folks don't understand the common sense. So please don't spam my personal message with your show. Right, if you've never, there we go. Thank you, Jesse. That's another thing. Yeah, common sense stuff is tough. All right, if you've never met me or you've never communicated to me on Whatnot before, do not drop your show in my private message. Simple as that. Now, if we've been on a show like this, right? Vintage Scavenger comes in, hey, Gummy, we're getting to know each other, we're carrying on a conversation, and we talk about what she sells and that kind of stuff. And then she says, hey, I've got a sale coming up. Yes. If I got a sale coming up next Saturday. And if I say, oh, do me a favor, remind me, okay? Remind me. Because, sometimes me bookmarking show, I get messages like crazy, guys. I get messages like crazy. So sometimes I don't see them. Sometimes I don't see them. So remind me. Then you could drop that in my private messages. Other than that, if I know you on a personal level, I'm going to find you. I'm going to watch your shows. I'm going to bookmark your shows. I'm going to remember when you're on. However, I do have a lot of friends here and whatnot. So there's a lot of times that I can't. So it's okay to remind me. But do not ever, hang on, I kind of feel like people who are new to whatnot should be quite right. The same number of hours and other sales before selling. Route 66 Gap, you are, you can spam you anytime. Yeah, I get it. I get it. However, I was on the platform for about 2 months before I applied to sell and went live. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I'm on several social media groups that are related to whatnot, right? That are related to whatnot. And the level of, I'm trying to put this nicely because I'm trying to be kind. The idiocracy of some folks that ask questions. I was on one that said, I had my first show today. I sold a lot of stuff. How do I ship? What? Those are things you need to know before you have a show. Okay? Before you, that says, and one said, again, I'm not calling anybody out. I don't do that, right? One came out and said, I shipped a lot of things last night. How do I ship? Do I need a printer? Was it you, Diane? It was everybody. Do I need a printer? Right? Just send the glass in a box, right? To ask somebody, ask social media, do you need a printer? And she said, and so I said, well, yes. And the next comment was, well, I'm on other platforms. I just go somewhere and they scan something and it prints the labels out for me, which is possible, but not on Whatnot, y'all. All right. Yeah, secure. I get that. There are other platforms that do that. Whatnot does not. Now, you can email them to yourself, and I'm assuming if you wanted to, you can email them to whoever is shipping your stuff. That's possible too. However, guys, if you are a new seller here and you've never sold on the platform, say you've been approved and you're ready to sell, guys, do your homework. Please do your homework. And be careful. Yeah, Lazar, but you know what? One of the comments was talking about the onboarding. About onboarding. Yeah, I get it, Route 66. They were talking about onboarding. Oh, yeah, it's not a Zoom call. I just turned my sound down and the video off, and I waited till it was over. Huh? Right? So that's not the way to do it, guys. If you are a new seller, obviously you should have gone through onboarding. When I was in onboarding, I had my notebook, I had my pen, I was writing stuff down because I was afraid they're going to say something that wasn't in there on their website, right? I wanted to know more. What can I do? Hey, Josh Book out on YouTube. How are you, my friend? I wanted to know more. And that's what I did. So I was always, and I'm still learning, guys. Everybody should learn something new every day. So yeah, there's that. Participating in the chat. Let's talk about that. Again, be mindful, be grateful, be positive, be true, and be kind, and be yourself. Yes, Whatnot is ever changing. That is correct. I would recommend everybody that is on Whatnot to join Discord. They do sell. Yes, isn't that great? I love that too. Sin cakes? Did I say sin cakes? Be mindful, be grateful, be positive, be true, and be kind. And be yourself. All the B's. I got a YouTube short I put out on that just a couple days ago. So, yes, exactly. Thank you, sin cakes. All right, so participating in the chat. Guys, I can go all night about stuff, okay? I'm ready. Hey, Joy to the world is in the house. Joy to the world. All right. in the chat, always be kind and courteous to everybody in the chat. There's no reason not to be kind, not to be courteous. Yes, enjoy the show, but be nice and respectful. Absolutely. Now, some of my late night shows, I will tell you, some of my late night shows, I never have what's the word you look explicit. You'll never see explicit on any of my shows, okay? However, some of my chats could possibly get in the chat. I do have some friends that get a little bit of that's the word I want to say, off-color comments, right? Or more comments leaning toward adult. That's fine. But you got to know where to cross the line, right? You got to know where a little saucy. That's right, a little saucy. But you got to know what the where to cross the line, right? Yeah. I wonder who I'm talking about. But you know what? I know them though. I know them. I understand where they're coming from. I know they're not going to cross the line. Yes. There she goes. She just put in the chat who I'm talking about. They know not to cross the line. So, hey, Gabby, how are you, friend? Welcome to What Not to Do on Whatnot. So, so with that, always be kind, be courteous, and never call out a seller. Never call out a seller in their stream. You know why? Because they're doing their show the way they want to do their show, right? So if you don't like their show, you don't like the way they're doing things. Gabby's here, so I'm a pick on Gabby because I know Gabby could take it, and she knows I'm not talking bad about her. All right, I go into Gabby's show. This is a hypothetical situation, right? Yes, congrats on being approved there, Route 66 girl. Guys, if y'all are not following Route 66 gal, make sure you are. Make sure you follow everybody, right? Exactly. If you don't like my show or you don't like a show you're in, you can always leave. You can always leave. Okay, I want to say one thing that I wouldn't even let them know in the PM. I mean, nothing wrong with that. But what does that do? Yeah, what does that do, friend? What does that do if you message them in the PM and say, hey, I was in your show. I didn't like the way that you waited 3 minutes between running auctions. Because some people like this. Some people want rapid fire, right? So at the end of the day, that doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't do anything for the seller, right? So again, it's their show. Move on. Again, I'm on several social media platforms where I see people coming in and talking about, I can't believe I was in this show and all they did was scan the shelves. All they did was scan the shelves. I can't believe that. Why don't they have anything in their listings? Okay, I get that, right? I get that. Well, if you find a problem that they don't realize affects their show, I understand. Jeannie, I understand where you're coming from. I do. I understand where you're coming from. But you got to realize, again, I'm not calling you out at all. You're trying to be helpful. I get that. If you don't know the person, yes, I get it. If you don't know the person, though, some people may take that as if, you're definitely, unless they're breaking rules, may take that as you're being critical of them. You never know how people are going to react, right? I do understand you want to be helpful, but it's really tricky. If that's something people do all the time. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not. It's one of them. You kind of got to know the seller a little bit. Now, if Jesse doesn't sell. Jesse doesn't sell on this platform. Jesse sells elsewhere. So Jesse became a new seller. I know Jesse. I know Jesse well enough where I can say, girl, I message her, girl, you did that, man. I would never do that again. However, it is their show. As long as they're not doing anything against terms and services or the rules or whatnot, it's their show. So I've had people come into my shows a lot and say, Oh my gosh, you're so loud. You're so loud. Why are you so loud? Will you not talk so loud? This is how I am, right? It's true, Gabby. It is. It's true. People have come into my shows and said, why are you so loud? I didn't boot them. I didn't boot them. You know what I tell them to do? I tell them that little volume thing on the side of your phone, you can turn it down. You can just watch the chat. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not being ugly, right? Yes, right. Yes, turn the volume down, right? Yeah. Kylie said after the Tico, calm down, Grandpa. Again, I don't care. I don't care. That's me, right? That's how I run my shows. And there are times, and you'll find me on YouTube, where I'm a little bit more laid back. Normally, I'm wide open. What's up? No one judges the grandpa, right? So again, it's all about being kind and courteous and nice to people. Again, nice wins. In the end of the day, being nice wins, friends. Or dad, right? Yes, or dad. All right. What else we want to talk about? All right. You know what? Let's talk about something we haven't talked about before, guys. Let's talk about giveaways. Interesting, yeah. But it is now. That's weird. That's weird. Let's see. Let's talk about giveaways. What's y'all's thoughts on giveaways as buyers and sellers? As buyers and sellers, what do you think about giveaways? Yes, no worries, Jeannie. Appreciate you coming by. Love you, girl. Take care. Have a good show. All right. What are y'all thoughts? So you're not a fan as a seller of giveaways. Okay. Talk to me, Vintage Scavenger. Why are you not a fan of... I do it on a really good show, or I'm on a train. Yeah, a lot of trains require, depending on the train, requires you to have a giveaway. Or do a dollar start, something like that, right? So let's talk about giveaways. There are 3 types of giveaways. I wish it wasn't so much to send them, right? Well, yeah, Lazara, you're in Canada, right? You're in Canada. You do gift of choice with your purchase in some of my shows instead of a giveaway. Okay, now, Send Cakes, be careful. I know I hate leaving out my international friends. Be careful of that, because that could be possibly construed as a chance to win something else because you won an auction. Just be careful of that one, okay? Back in the day, I did, if you win an auction, you can do a number, and the number had an extra prize, okay? So as a game of chance. So if you're getting something else because of, now if you say you're winning an auction plus you get this, that's probably okay. That's probably okay. Just be really careful about that. And the reason I say that, if it's a chance of winning something else by winning the auction, then it's what's the word, the terminology they use? It's called I can't remember exactly, but it's talked about you can't go and win you can't win a chance to go into another game. So as long as another game, now I do giveaway shows, or I do mystery box shows that box number 5 has an additional thing with it. Everybody knows that. So basically, box number 5 might be, worth $100. Not necessarily box number 5, but whatever box it may be. So just, I would definitely go into the Whatnot show, the Whatnot terms of services, the Whatnot website, and read up on that. Okay. There you go. No worries. Now just be careful. There's ways you can do it, but you got to do it exactly how they say to do it. That's why I want to make sure you're good. I usually run a random auction item at $1. if you get rated rather than the Givey, right? And what that does as a seller, that saves us the shipping costs, right? That saves us the shipping costs, or most of it. Now, if somebody bought something that's only 3 or 4 ounces, and then we give away something that weighs a pound, we'll have to pay the difference in the shipping cost and the cost of the item. And that's another thing that people don't really realize. When we do a giveaway, if I gave away this, right, I had to pay the cost of this, the black light. I got to pay for the cost of it. And I also have to pay the shipping, unless for some reason it goes to a buyer already that has free shipping, and then guess what? They get free shipping, and I get free shipping because of it. Therefore, thank you, Jesse. Look at that. And Tokiyomo got a black light flashlight. Look at that. That's how it works. So, again, there you go. It cost me to ship it. It cost me to buy it. And it costs my time to promote it. Now, do giveaways help? Do giveaways help? Right now, if you're just starting out, okay, if you're a new seller, and you only got 4 or 5 people in your room, I don't recommend doing a giveaway. I don't recommend giving. Now they do. You will get what we call givey goblins, right? The givey goblins may show up, and that does happen. They'll show up, and they'll get your giveaway, and they're gone. It happens. Yes, there you go. But there you go. You come in, you listen, and you get rewarded for being here. So I absolutely love gifting the chat. It's my favorite. Now, again, we talk about our international friends. I've got several international friends. Now, Lazari72 is an international friend of mine. The Red Rooster is an international friend of mine. Thrifting with ADHD is a friend of mine. And they're in Canada, and I hate the fact that it costs me so much to do an international giveaway. It cost me $17. It cost me $17 to ship one of these to Canada. I have a hard time with that, friends. Yep. I have a hard time with that. And Lazari, and y'all know I used to do international giveaways, right? I used to do international giveaways, but the prices jacked up. And I had one time, I had 4 international giveaways in one show that were won by international people. It cost me at that time, I think it was $12.50. I think it was $12.50 or $15, whatever it was. So it cost me almost over $50 to send 4 of these to Canada, or 4 something small, right? So you got to look at the math, friends. You got to look at the math. It didn't math up properly, right? Hey, little Elaine Vintage, welcome in. Hey, Sam Hill, what's up, my friend? So yeah, so giveaways are a good thing. However, if you're using those to gain followers, I wouldn't suggest it. Again, like Afternoon at Tico, my friend Kylie says, I would use giveaways when you have get a really big raid, right? And I hate to say it, 10 to 15 is borderline, right? 10 to 15 is borderline, because a lot of people, when the raid comes in, they see if they're going to do a giveaway. If they don't, they're gone anyhow. Or they do the giveaway and they're gone. So if a raid comes in and you decide to do a giveaway or run something at $1, running something at $1 is not a bad idea, as long as it's not a heavy item, right? If you take something and you run it at $1, but it's going to weigh a pound, let's say this is full of marbles, right? And it weighs a pound. Yes, the Givey Goblins, right? If this weighs a pound and you're going to run it at $1, think about it. I just come into your show. I see this for $1. Oh, yeah, that's a great deal for $1. However, if it's a pound, it's now $9.35. If I'm not really into that, I'm not bidding, right? So it can be detrimental as well if you do not pick the right kind of items to do the dollar auction on or the giveaway, right? So, and let's talk about if you're a seller, buyer's giveaways. Buyer's giveaways. I think a buyer's giveaway is a great thing. I think it's very beneficial to a seller. I know a lot of people. Hey, Melanie, how are you, friend? A lot of people that come into your show and you do a buyer's giveaway, they think, okay, now I have low dollar items in my buying now, right? And let's say I'm giving away this fairy lamp, right? If I'm giving away this fairy lamp and people have been buying, $20, $30 items, that kind of stuff, and spending money, and they think, okay, I get a chance to be in this buyer's giveaway. Chameleon, happy birthday, Chameleon, on YouTube. Sorry about that, missed that shout out. And I'm doing a buyer's giveaway, right? Yeah. Agreed. You realize in the States, if you do a buyer's giveaway, you can fill out a form and still get in the giveaway because there's, against the rules, there's no purchase necessary when you do giveaways, all right? No purchase necessary. It's a law. It's the law, not just a rule. And so if you cancel that, Whatnot's going to come after you. Promise you. Whatnot will come after you. So another thing is, hey, serendipity, if you do a giveaway and you say this is what you're giving away, you have to give it away. You have to get, I don't like that you have to be from the same country. I get it. I understand that too. Yes, I understand that too. I hate it. I don't like it at all. I don't understand that. I don't understand the concept behind that. But it's not anything that I can do. I think they're working on that because if you remember, you couldn't used to tip from another country. You can now tip from another country. I could tip Canada. Canada could tip me, etc. Right? Didn't used to be that way. Also, Jesse, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. Yes, things are improving, but it does take time. And the reason I say that, thank you, Sincakes. I appreciate that. You help out, friend. You do. How about things improving with Canada? I think we did a trivia night a few weeks back on What You Hunting Wednesdays, where we found out that the U.S. was here. Canada was like third or fourth when it comes to total sales and users on Whatnot. I'm sure Kylie's going to chime in here in a minute with that information, but it was low. And yes, and Whatnot is still. Wait, what? Your Gibby from Red Rooster was ripped apart. Yeah, that happens too. That happens too. Yes, but that's customs for you. We as sellers can't do any. It was chocolate. Oh, we can't do anything about customs. I hate it. Can't do anything about customs. So yeah, that's a tough one right there. But that's giveaways in a nutshell. Friends, let's talk about let's see what else we want to talk about. Maybe we're just doing chicken eggs, right? Right. Let's talk about scammers. Good to see you, Heather. How are you, friend? How are you? Oh, I know we need to talk about. Let's talk about the shipping, the pickup, the local pickup. Y'all want to talk about local pickup? That's a good idea. Let's see. Where did I put it at? Somewhere in here. I have it here somewhere. All right. Let's talk about local pickup, which is relatively, yes, it can be actually. Yes, it can be. They recommend it. Yes, they recommend it not, right? Enjoying the great ideas, watch you doing. Thank you. Yes. All right. This comes directly off of their website, okay? Brick and mortar sellers. Many whatnot sellers have brick and mortar store locations, and for those sellers, our free local pickup feature functions much like online purchases made through big box stores. Buyers come to brick and mortar locations to pick up their orders. Make sure to check the store hours before going to pick up your purchase. All right. Then it says online first sellers. Okay. It does talk about this. So this will put the this will put the nip in the bud. Hello, Shrek on YouTube. When buying from sellers who operate without a brick and mortar location, we recommend the following. So that answers the age-old question already. People are saying you can't do it if from your house. If you don't have a brick and mortar store, you can't do it. That is not correct. This comes right off of their website. This comes right off of Whatnot's website. So, hey, Monkey Fat. So, if you want to do local pickup and you don't have a brick and mortar store, you can do it. However, safety first, friends, okay? Safety first. If you don't know me, I don't know you, I sell you something for local pickup, make a plan and share it with a friend or family member, okay? Again, just talking safety, guys. I've been doing local pickup on other platforms for years. So I always vet my buyers, right? You like to drive fast and take chances. I vet my buyers. And I would hope that my buyers vet me. By vetting means checking them out. Check me out. Make sure I'm a legit dude. You can find me on other social media platforms. Make sure I am who I say I'm going to be, right? So make a plan and share it with your friends and family. Yes, check me out. And then meet the seller in a well-lit public space. Our police station has a location in the parking lot with cameras, especially for local pickup. That is correct. I actually have a brick and mortar. I had this building here. It's on a main highway. And even so, there are some folks, since I don't have regular hours, I'm not open all the time, there are some folks that still are hesitant. And I understand that, and I tell them, unfortunately, with my time schedule, I don't have time to go driving to a police station. I have time to go driving to a convenience store, that kind of thing. So I tell them, I understand completely. I'm sorry we won't be able to do the transaction. Now on on Whatnot, it's a little bit different because they bought it. They have bought it. So what I do in my notes, you can do local pick. It'll tell you the address. I think it tells you the address, if I'm not mistaken. And you can do that, okay? It will tell you the address, and so you can check it out ahead of time. But first of all, get to know your seller, right? Get to know your seller. All right. Third thing is bring your phone. Yes, yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah, again, because you're allowed to do that. You do not have to have a brick and mortar store to use local pickup, free local pickup. Bring your phone with you and make sure it is charged, right? Having a dead phone won't help you a bit. Mine's not dead, but having a dead phone will not help you a bit, right? So make sure you live in a state where concealed carry is allowed with permit. There you go. There's nothing wrong with protecting yourself. I'm all about Second Amendment, so y'all take care of yourself. But I'm not gonna get into that conversation. But make sure you protect yourself. Message the seller, letting them know you're on the way. So in other words, communication is key, right? Communication is key. When I message folks, say, I'm 10 minutes out. My family and I have phones that have location finders, right? I have those too, so I get it. And there's nothing wrong with it. I always make sure that if you're going somewhere that you're not used to being, or you're not familiar with, or you're meeting somebody you don't know, always use precaution, folks. There's nothing wrong with being overly cautious. If the seller has issues with you being overly cautious, then maybe they, maybe they have reasons to make you overly cautious, right? So, and for buyers, here we go. For buyers, you never go alone. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Now, I'm a dude. I mean, I operate by myself. So I've been, when I've done local pickups before, I've gone to some places where I'm like, oh my gosh, where am I going to, right? And I've been there by myself, so I understand exactly where you're coming from, friends. I exactly know where you're coming from. Let's see here. All right. Always send money through Whatnot. I don't think there's any way not to, right? I don't think there's any way not to send money not through Whatnot. If the items sold in person through cash or other direct payment methods are not eligible for Whatnot buyer protection. Okay. First off, Whatnot policy is that you cannot sell off the app, right? If you see me with my what the heck button, what the heck, and you want one of my what the heck buttons, right? You can't message me and say, hey, Gumby, will you sell me one of them? You cannot use Whatnot messaging at all to do anything. It is against Whatnot policy to sell something that you show through their direct message. It's kind of crazy, right? So even because if you did, Whatnot's not gonna protect that. You need that button? What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? I got 3 of them. What the heck? That's my saying, by the way. Do I have them in my buy it now? I might. Hang on. Let me see here if I have them in my buy it now. I do. I have them in my buy it now. If you want one. With my voice. That's my voice, by the way. What the heck? There you go. So, they are in there. But yeah, always take care of yourself. What if a seller says during the show that they'll put it in another platform? That is against, yeah, it wasn't you, I get it. That is against Whatnot policy. You cannot do that. No. You're not even supposed to push out, I sell on other platforms. You're welcome to try to find me on other platforms. I'm not going to tell you what platforms I sell on when I'm on Whatnot. Because when I'm on Whatnot, I'm on Whatnot. Big Hey Unicorn Poop Cookies, welcome in, friend. I'm going to go by Whatnot policies when I'm on Whatnot. If you find me on other platforms, that's a big difference, right? Gumby, yes. If you find me on other platforms, communicate me on other platforms, that's a big difference. If you initiate contact there, then we can. Then all bets are off. Whatnot's not even associated with it. So, however, if I'm on Whatnot, you want one of these? What the heck? It's in my buy now. All right. Be very wary of emails, direct messages, or other communications from sellers asking for money or claiming payment error. Okay. As Whatnot gets more stable and they get bigger, guess what happens? Guess what happens? More scammers come out. This is not a drill. It's not a drill. What the heck? And you know what? I got them at $19. If anybody wants one, let me know. I will drop it down to 15. Anybody wants one, I'll drop it down. Tell you what, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to edit it right now. Edit down to 15 if anybody wants one. Right there. Right there. All right. I just dropped them down to $15. I do have 3 available. And they are random. You'll get a random color. But if you're the only one buying one, you can tell me what color you want. I got blue, pink, and red. All right. I also have orange, but I don't know batteries in this one. So, and they would not come with batteries, by the way. You had to put your own batteries in them. But there you go. All right. What are we talking about? Communication with other sellers through direct messages. All right. A seller should never contact you, right? A seller should never contact you and say, oh, by the way, your payment didn't go through. I need your credit card information. Never going to happen. Never going to happen, okay? If it don't go through, I think you get a notification on your app that it didn't go through. You know it. When you bid on it, you know immediately. You know immediately when something didn't go through, friends. So be careful. Always be careful as Whatnot's getting bigger and better. There's been more and more scammers out there trying to get your money from you. Only sell items allowed to be sold on Whatnot. I'm not going to go down the list. They have a prohibited items list. I recommend, if you're not sure if you can sell it, to go check that list, friend, and see if, in fact, you can or you cannot, right? And it does change periodically. I think it used to be you couldn't sell knives, and they changed that. I know you cannot sell firearms, but you can sell toys that are firearms. So it does change periodically. So make sure that you're looking into that kind of stuff. So, guys, what do y'all want to talk about when it comes to Whatnot? Do y'all have any questions for me? Do y'all have any questions for me whatsoever, guys? Yes, City Cakes. Thank you, my friends. Appreciate you coming in. Education time. Yes, I like to educate people, and you're more than welcome. Make sure you come back and hang out one of my shows. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, big shout out. My YouTube channel is The Gumby Man. I always stream multicast. When I'm running here and Whatnot, I always multicast to YouTube as well. So you can always go back and check out my past shows on Whatnot, or you can go to YouTube and find me there, which I would prefer you to go to YouTube because I get credit for that. Why can't we sell World War II German items? It is a Whatnot policy. I did not make that policy, but no, you cannot. If it has a swastika on it, you cannot sell it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Is there a rule about having to call a toy something a pew-pew? No, you do not. No, you do not. You do not have to call it a pew-pew. It is a toy gun. It is okay to call it a toy gun. Just be real careful when you're doing that. It's like because Whatnot international site, and a lot of countries may. That's right. A lot of countries may ban those, so that's very possible too. I know there's other platforms where you can't even sell stuff. So yeah, we don't even. But to me, the best thing to do is just stay away from stuff, right? A lot of stay away from. How do I stay positive? That's a tough one. Okay. I think, of course, everybody needs to stay positive. Again, my mantra: be mindful, be grateful, be positive. Right? Be mindful, be grateful, be positive, be true, be kind. That's gonna be my new mantra going forward. Yeah. Hey, Greg, how are you, friend? Are there times when I have shows that I don't want to be positive? Yes, there are. Yes, I have a hard time doing that. Unicorn poop cookies. I know. Pinky's down. Am I close? I'm learning. Pew pew pew. I got it. It's taken me a while. Friends. How was everybody doing today? Welcome in. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me. I am open to questions and open to conversations here on etiquette. Because there are a lot of folks out here that are listening, and there's some people that have a question. Don't be afraid to ask your questions. I'm not going to make fun of you for asking a question, okay? I'm not going to call you out for asking a question. I want everybody to feel comfortable here. Yeah. Ask away. I think I misplaced half of my notes. I got all these notes here. A lot of these are basically the stuff that come off the website about giveaways. I thought I had something else going on here. Ooh, here we go. Prohibited behavior on Whatnot. That's a good one. No denying, this is on giveaway policies as well. No denying a winner of a giveaway their prize. All right. I have been in shows before where I have won something. I'm not going to call out no names, but I've won something. And say I won this 365 blacklight, right? I won this 365 blacklight bulb. And I won it. I'm all excited. I'm going to get this 365 blacklight bulb, right? But I got this instead. I'm not saying I got this. I got something, but I'm just making examples. I won this, which is worth $20, and I got this, which was worth $5. I'm gonna tell you right now. Oh yes, lots of fun to be had with a black light. I'm gonna tell you right now. If I'm in your show, and I win a decent giveaway, and you send me a sticker instead, you say you're gonna send me this thing, you send me a sticker instead. Yes, lots of art. I will not reach out to you. I will reach out to Whatnot. Okay? Because it is in a terms of service. There's no denying a winner. You must disclose the prize in advance. Or you can't have a mystery. You can't have a mystery giveaway. However, just like any mystery item, the mystery giveaways must be disclosed before the end of the show. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? Before the end of the show. All right. You sell such a wide variety of items. Is it difficult doing that or focusing on one direction, selling specific areas of, it's not difficult for me. It's not easy, but it's fun. I love being able to fact when I'm in here saying, and I'm talking, and someone says, oh, but do you have a unicorn? And I'm able to think, okay, do I have a unicorn? Yes, I have a unicorn bell, or I have a unicorn figurine, or I have this. I like being, to me, that's fun. I like when we do our scan shows, I call it a treasure hunt. If someone's looking for something particular, hey, I'm looking for a pineapple, right? And I go, crap, I know I have a pineapple, but what kind of pineapple do I have, right? And I start scanning. Now, I'm not a huge fan of nothing but scan shows, right? I'm not a huge fan of that, but I understand this. People do things, right? People do things. People have their scan shows, and that's what they do. And I'm not going to call anybody out for having that. I'm not a huge fan of that. I do scan shows. However, I still have stuff loaded in my my catalog as well. So with that in mind, I would recommend if you're going to do a scan show or something like that, to still have a wide variety of items in your catalog. I call my catalog. People see their store, whatever you want to call it. It is what it is, right? So now some people do stay focused. If a seller has an item to buy it now with a limited minimum offer, is it rude to write to them? And no, it's not. No, it's not. It isn't to me. All right. If I have this here in the buy now you realize the minimum offer is set by the biggest discount that you can offer on Whatnot is 30%. I don't know if you knew that or not, right? Yeah, Venus Gavin, appreciate you, my friend. So you can set it to less. And hey, Albert, we'll get back to the question from Back to the Future here in a second, okay? Answering Gingelini's question. So no, it's not. I say it's rude to offer more than 40% off. Agreed. I did a show before, and I'm planning on doing another one where what I'm going to do is say, hey guys, if you want something on the buy it now, offer me a price and I'll run it. And you can go in and you can do the buy it now at 30% off, which is the most that Whatnot would allow you. That's Zilla. Whatnot will only allow you to let them offer 30% off. You can do less. You can set it for less, If you set it for the max amount you could offer is 30% off. So they have a $100 item. The maximum you could offer, if they allowed it, sell it would be $70, $30 off, 30% off. And then they can think about it. But to me, if somebody has it set where they're allowing offers up to 30% off, and you offer 30% off, I'm taking it, right? Because I already have it set where I'm going to let you offer me 30% off, so why not accept it, right? So that's my thought on that. Because if I have an offer 100 and you offer me 50, then that's the whole different ballgame, right? It's a whole different ballgame. Now, if you're a seller that's been in my shows a lot and we have a relationship and you bought a lot of stuff, and then you say, hey, Gumby, I know I spent $200 already. Will you run one of your what the heck buttons for $5? I might do it. I might. So it's not bad to ask. But if you come in off, hey, Time Hawk, but if you come in what I call off the street, right, where I don't know you from Adam's house cat, you come in off the street and you say something, and it's like, hey, I had someone come in the other day and say, I was showing something, go run it for $1. It was a $40 item. I'm not going to come in and somebody just off the street say, run it for $1. I'm not going to do that. Now, if you've been to my shows a lot, you bought a lot, Jessica coming off the corner, does not count. It does not. So does that make sense? It all depends on your relationship with the buyer or the seller when it comes to offering. And it also depends on how much you have in the item. Sometimes, hey, Peter, sometimes I may have $12 in this, and I can't sell it for 12 because by the time Whatnot takes their fees, I'm losing money, right? Peter is here, ladies and gentlemen. So by the time Whatnot takes their fees, I'm losing money. I can't lose money, right? So let's get back to another question as I bit earlier. Was asked by Back to the Future. Do you find better luck scanning items or showing one item at a time? It varies. It varies, Back to the Future. I've had shows where here's how I do. What I've been doing in the past, I put items in my catalog, right? I put items in my catalog where people can go and look at them, right? And it kind of gives an idea of some of the stuff I carry, a wide variety, okay? And then, if someone's looking for anything in particular, then I start scanning. However, when I'm scanning my shop here, right? Anything in the auction catalog always gets priority. All right, so it always gets priority. So if I'm scanning and someone says, hey, item 1, 2, 3, the Noid, will you run that? I stop my scanning immediately because somebody right then and there has an item of something that they're interested in and something they want me to run, and I'm going to run it, right? And I'm not going to say, hang on, let me get back to you. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to set it aside. We'll keep scanning and come back to that. No. It seems to annoy some people when items are scanned. Oh, yeah, you know what? That gets back to if you don't like the show, no offense to anybody, but you can leave. Okay? Agreed. If you don't like the show that you're in, you don't like the way they're doing things, you can leave. Now, you can ask them, could you please show me item number 1, 2, 3 out of the catalog? The speed of scanning something. Yeah, you're more than welcome. And, you can't win on the speed of scanning because some people, oh, my gosh, slow down. So speed up. You guys, you can't. Oh, you're welcome Back to the Future. You can't win because nobody, or not everybody's going to agree, right? So I start scanning my shop, not everybody's going to agree on the speed that I scan. Or it tickles me sometimes. I'll be scanning, Go back to that green thing. How many green things do I have? A lot of green things. How long ago, right? Have you ever attended a meet and greet? Yes, I have. I was at the in Las Vegas. I was at the Buyers Resale Remix, and now, not this weekend, but next weekend, I will be at the Springfield, Ohio Extravaganza. So I will be meeting and greeting a lot of folks. Yeah, you're an easy. I'm in Anderson. Backwoods. So yeah, we're not too far away. So yeah, I've got no. Yeah, your first purchase for me was pointing out something out in the background during a scan. There you go. See, that's the way it works, friends. So I have no problem doing scans, and I'm all about meet and greet. Matter of fact, I want to organize. I want to unorganize some sort of You're from Pendleton. Cool. Yeah, that's right down the road. I want to organize some sort of maybe North and South Carolina meetup. Again, these things are very, it's Reworkers Passion. Terrible with names. Leslie, right? Am I right? Right, Leslie? Yes. Woo! Yeah. Gumby Man for the win. Yes. And yes, the Reworkers Passion. She is an amazing person. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you're married. I'm married, but I absolutely love the Reworkers Passion. She's an amazing person. Yes, good job, Gummy. Patting myself on the back. But I'm married too, but I still love you. It's okay. I still love you. And my wife don't mind that I love other people. It's what I do. And no, please don't take that wrong. Anyhow, I really want to set up a meet and greet or a meet North Carolina, South Carolina type thing. Yes, enough love to go around. Absolutely. But I got to get back from Springfield, and then me and Leslie are going to talk about this. It's going to be something probably where it's not going to be extravagant. We may talk to a hotel or something like that. They may give us a conference room, or yes, very casual. Because first off, guys, these things are expensive. If you do them big blown up things, they're expensive, right? So my question is, how many people would drive? Now, North Carolina, South Carolina, I mean, that could be, it could be a 4 or 5, 6 hour drive, right? Good. That's good, Leslie. So it could be a 4 or 5, 6 hour drive. So, you got to look at people are vested in spending time to drive. And it doesn't have to be North and South. I mean, it'll be named North and South Carolina, maybe, or maybe called Southeast. Who knows? Meetup. So anybody would be welcome. You wouldn't have to. Wipe the Frog would come. So yeah, there we go. So be on the lookout. I got to get back from Springfield, Ohio in a couple weeks, which I'm stoked about going. Oh my gosh, I'm so stoked about going to Springfield, Ohio. And if anybody is in here that's going to be in Springfield, Ohio, and if you're a seller, let me and Afternoon Antique Co. know, because we are doing a train the weekend after Springfield, Ohio, as a show and tell. The Springfield show and tell. So, it's gonna be a while. Don't worry. It's down the road. It's down the road. It might be fall. We might even plan a fall one. We got to get through summer. We got plenty of time. I think the longer you plan something out like that, the better off it's going to be for everybody. So everybody can actually plan their time off or work around it. It would probably be a Saturday, Sunday, so people might need to take a Friday off to get there. That kind of stuff, right? So again, that's what we're talking about, friends. So we're talking about anything and everything associated with whatnot, the meet and greet, anything like that. Also remember, if you do decide to meet somebody here on Whatnot and you want to go meet them, which is nothing wrong with that, vet them a little bit. Be careful, because everybody's not what they seem to be. Okay? Always make sure to take care of yourself. Now, we do a big old group, me and a Reworkers Passion do a big old group meetup. You pretty much know it's legit because we're putting it all over Whatnot. We're putting it all over Facebook. We're putting it all over YouTube and social media. Hey, Clear on YouTube, how are you, my friend? It's going to be legit. So, but it'll be a very casual one. Maybe we'll find some shopping malls or something. Oh, that's right. I'm meeting Albert. I'm meeting AS Auctions in a week and a half. But we will be in a big group of people. I'm stoked. AS Auctions, After the Tico, Moody Mommy, myself, Candy Night Curiosities, plus a lot more folks I know are coming. It's going to be, you want to keep all your organs? Right. I get it, friends. So, well, guys, I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me. Do we have any more questions about Whatnot, about what not to do on Whatnot? Anything and everything. Again, this is a community, folks, and I'm all about building and nurturing a community. I'm not going to build something and leave it behind because I believe in sticking with stuff. I'm going to build. I want this community to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Yep. And we want to make sure that we all grow together. I want to thank some special people here. I want to especially thank my moderator, After the Tico, Jesse, for lighting up everything. I love you guys. I think y'all are amazing. I appreciate everything you do. Loyal Cow, how are you, friend? Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome in. How you doing, friend? Again, any last questions for me or the chat? I will say, yes, I'm good. I also will say, next Wednesday, we normally have What You Hunting Wednesday. However, Afternoon Antico's husband, y'all might know him on here on Whatnot as Joe Siskimo, it's his birthday. So they will be celebrating his birthday on the 15th, which is next Wednesday. So I will have another. Oh my gosh. Oops. It happens. I'm sorry, I'm talking to the hidden chat. So Wakuska, who is known here on Whatnot as Joe Siskimo, has his birthday on the 15th. So I will be doing a show next Wednesday night, a short show like this right here, which will be Whatnot Etiquette. So be prepared. Thank you for subscribing to Thomas. And guys, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please, when you're done here, go to YouTube, go to the Gumby Man, and hit that subscribe button. And I'd appreciate that. But next Wednesday will be the night before I head to Springfield, Ohio. So I'm going to be stoked. Next Wednesday. Hey, Grimsani, how are you? I'm going to be stoked next Wednesday. So you want to come here. Have your questions ready. Have all kind of questions ready. And we'll do some rapid fire. I'll probably run for about an hour next Wednesday. I was watching a show the other day where someone got rude. Whatnot showed up in the comments and removed him. Do they monitor all lives? No, they do not. They do not monitor all lives. However, they do jump in and out. They do have some folks that are incognito. Okay? They do have some folks that normally Whatnot comes in, they have the little controller beside them, like a moderator, right? You know how I know that? Was it 2 weeks ago? Or was it last week? I don't remember. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I had 8 Whatnot employees in my etiquette show. 8. It was like they were all joining from a link, which is fine. It was fine. I was loving it. The fact that they were all here, and I got some compliments. I got someone to follow me. So they don't moderate all shows, but they do have people that are watching that message them directly. And I'm going to tell you another thing, dude. If you see a Whatnot employee come into your show, all right, it's okay to follow them, but don't start messaging them, okay? Hey, Free Willy, don't start messaging them directly. There's no need for that. It doesn't, yes, that is true. They hop into, yes, hey, Willie. They hop into all the talk shows that have interesting topic. Yeah, I was thrilled. I was thrilled. I got some good comments from them. It was pretty cool. So, guys, thank you all for coming. I appreciate you. I do have shows coming up. I have a mini show on Saturday. Make sure you join me for that. I have a show, I think, scheduled Friday night. Join me for that. All kinds of stuff. Yes. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you, Leslie, for being here. I appreciate you all. And let's find someone after the Tico. Can you find me somebody, my friend? Can we find somebody to bless? I know we have 15 people in here, and I appreciate you all coming in. And Kylie is going to find me somebody to raid. And as soon as she does, we'll raid them. But thank you all for coming in. And that's another thing, too. That's another thing. Guys, if you're running a show, there we go. We'll do that. If you're running a show and you're about to leave the show, about to end it, why not just raid somebody, right? Yes, no worries. Thank you. Tokiyomo. I have a hard time remembering how to say it. You're welcome, my friend. I appreciate you all coming in. Word of mouth, spread the word that, when Gumby has a talk show, I don't fool around. We have fun. We also have the same time we learn stuff. We learn stuff together. So let's go find somebody, guys. Make sure my motto, again, be mindful, be grateful, be positive, be true, and be kind, and be yourself. Yes, bless somebody. So here we go. We're going to go bless somebody. I love you all. Let's find us a raid. And we're going to raid. Let's see here. I don't see him, so I'm going to search for him. Right there. We're going to go see my friend, the sassy vintage chick. Tell her raid from the Gummy Man. I love you guys. Peace and out.